Wednesdays, Rosie McCann's. Your next comic, all the way from Monterey, California. Give it up as loud as he is running away from the stage, which is just a great sign. Give it up as loud as and now he is waggling his hands like Mr. Bean. Give it up real loud for Greg Enyard, everybody.
I'm so excited to be here. I do have a dog named Layla that the DNA was talking about earlier. She's actually a very brilliant dog. The other day I threw the frisbee for her at the park and she returned it upside down with her poop on it. So if anybody says my dog is a lazy piece of shit bitch, I will remind you that her teeth were at 6 o'clock, the poop was at 12, so she's quite a useful little animal. Here, I never got around to having kids, and I whenever I see kids, I feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I never used to feel that. I felt nothing before, and I hope I can do that before I become truly too old to procreate. I never got around to having kids, but you can find me every Father's Day whispering into a dumpster behind Planned Parenthood. A card would be nice. A phone call. But I do, of course, want to leave a legacy, so I adopted a Galapagos tortoise and purchased a bonsai tree. I'm depressed as fuck. I've been taking really good care of myself, which is ironic because people see you know, when you've been spending a lot of time not really taking care of yourself, and they just don't really say anything, and then you get a haircut and you shave and you start eating vegetables and not imbibing, and people come up to you and say, "You look good?" With a big old fucking question mark at the end of it. It's rather annoying. So I guess children are being ripped from their mothers down at the border. Is this true? Down at the Mexican border, they're taking the children away from the mother.
Fucked up. No.
What?
Fucked up.
What?
It's fucked up.
Oh, it's fucked up, yeah. But I think Nazis are getting a bad rap during all of this because, I mean, Nazis are only half as bad. At least they gave Sophie a choice. Sophie's Choice was a critically acclaimed 1982 film starring Meryl Streep where she was given the choice by Nazis of keeping one child and sending the other one on the train. Speaking of Hieronymus Bosch, I sold a joke to a prostitute.
Take a lap.
Sold a joke to a prostitute who's also a stand-up comic. She's rather popular with the African and Middle Eastern men community. She's very pale. She has red hair. Name's Margaret Thatcher. And so I sold her a joke. She was bragging to me about all these clients she'd had during the week. And I said, "Oh my God, Margaret Thatcher, you've had more innocent young African American men in your mouth than the canine unit of the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department." Ooh, too soon? It's like 6 years ago. Hey, don't worry about the canine unit of the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department. He passed away. He was a 140-pound Presa Canario, died of canine sickle cell anemia. Look, diseases can be racist. Sickle cell anemia, we got Tay-Sachs, we got moronic hubris that affects a great deal of white women. Jenny McCarthy, if she had her way, the anti-vaxxer. Okay, California would look like the homeopathic hospitals of Hieronymus Bosch.
Hey, smart joke.
That was a callback.
Hey, yeah, I know. I heard that.
I don't do callbacks.
Hey, good job.
Thank you so much.
You know so much you look. Yeah.
Why are you doing this to my act?
Because you're an asshole.
No, I was called that the other day at the dog park. I was actually pulling into the dog park slowly, 4 miles an hour, and lady in a Volvo was leaving. We both drove Volvo, so I thought we had some sort of kinship. And she waved me as if to make me go beyond her before turning. Instead, I just slowly turned and waved, and she said, "Asshole." And then she shouted it, "Asshole." And I thought how evolved I have become that I didn't want to do anything to her. So I got the light. So I'm a romantic. You may have guessed this. I have a favorite poem. It's a poem from Richard Burton to Liz Taylor, and I've done a little rewrite on it, so I hope you enjoy it. I love you lying by the door. I love you lying by the seashore. I love you lying even when you snore, like a World War II era Sherman tank with a fouled spark plug and a stuck throttle pedal, slogging its way through a 7-foot deep mud pit of Nazi atrocities. I love you, my lying violet-eyed exquisite spore. Exquisite spore that broke my tired Welsh heart and so many others too. Mike Todd, Eddie Fisher, Larry Fortensky, Larry Five-Tensky. I'm so sorry I mistook that shriveled black mass that pumps carbonated cherry-flavored ice water through your collapsing veins for a human heart. I can only hope that your distended uterus comes tumbling out of your rancid birth canal and land on the Hollywood star of Debbie Reynolds, and sprout 8 furry, spider-like limbs and scurry off to San Quentin, where it gets passed around like an inconsequential object of derision, like a stale cold plate of last week's liver and onions and gorgonzola cheese that even the most hardened convict refuses to smell or touch. The sooner you jump into a bejeweled coffin, you miserable little 2-time Oscar-winning Michael Jackson-liking panty hamster, the sooner the men of the world will be able to breathe fresh air.
Your next comic was written up by Variety Magazine as one of the future faces of comedy, and this is entirely true. You may have seen him on Comedy Central's Adam Devine's House Party.